If we live for the Lord, and if we die for the Lord. Therefore, whether we live or die, we belong to the Lord. Romans chapter 14, verse 8. We are saddened to announce the passing of Louis Collymore, also known as B-Back, and T. Lewis, originally of Grace V4 but resided at St. Jude's Highway V4, who passed away on Monday 13th March 2023 at his residence at 5:35 a.m. He was 64 years old.
He was a taxi driver, TX13, and a member of Southern Taxi. He was predeceased by his parents, Helena Lena Collymore and George Collymore. Brother, Maurice Totone John, left to mourn his wife, Annette Moses Collymore of the U.S., 4 children, Shashali Collymore, attached to the Ministry of Education, Sholon Collymore of the U.S., Leanne Flavius of Grace V4, Merlisa Charles of the U.S., one granddaughter, Michael St-Amy, student of the Auger Combined School. 5 grandsons, Mackay St-Amy of Cantonment, Alex Collymore, Conrad Lennox, and Jose Flavius of Grace V4. 4 sisters, Simonia Henry and family, Berthia Legrand and family, both of Auger, Jennifer and Mariana Collymore and their families of Grace. Brothers, Nicholson Collymore of Grace, employed at courts, Clifford Collymore of the U.S. Mother-in-law, Relinda Sevre of St. Croix. Several nieces, including Enda Paul of the U.S., who was also his goddaughter, Vern Adams, Verna Taylor, teacher of the post-secondary department, Delia Henry, teacher at the Mico Secondary School, Cheyenne Collymore, employer of Fred's Lumber, Kasha Collymore, employer of Slasper, Port V4,
Kezia Collymore of Grace V4, employee of First National.
Ayana Collymore James, teacher at the Grace Combined School, Dahlia Calix, employee of Spartan Medical University, Cindy Antoine, Delina Collymore of the U.S., Sandra Mayers and family of Grace.
Nephews, Perry and Eddie Legrand, Ron Augustin.
McCarthy Collymore, employee of Coconut Bay, who was also his godson, Kevin Francis, Dalcon Collymore, Milan Collymore, contractor of Tortola, Miguel Collymore, employee of the National Farmers Credit Union, Herbie Collymore, contractor of Grace, Neil Collymore, contractor of Grace,
Neve Collymore, fire officer, 598.
Rain Collymore, firefighter 720, Jeslan Collymore, grandnieces including Collie Charles of Grace, employee of CDSL GCG Group, Melana Fontenelle, Chinessa Emmanuel, student of the V4 Comprehensive Secondary School, Nikolai Lespores, student of First Step Preschool, Yanni Collymore, Johnny Taylor, student of the Auger Combined School. Grand-nephews, including Ari James, student of the Kids World Preschool, Dijon Legrand, student of the St. Mary's College.
Sisters-in-law, Vicky Collymore of the U.S., Flavia Jabatis, Magdalene Shabine Thomas, Rebecca Frean Thomas, Charlotte Thomas, all of Saltibus.
Brothers-in-law Eden Legrand and Hilton Henry, both of Auger, Marcus George of Saltibus, Roland Thomas. Cousins Monica and Ernest Valmore and family of Connell's Estate, Thomas Johnson Elliott of Larissus, Merle Tulsi and family of New Jersey, Ruth and Patrick Jeremy and family of Larissus, Trevor David and family of Larissus, Jean David Possard and family of Auger, Aaron Collymore, who was also his godson. Children of deceased aunts, Relda Rel Martha of Larissus, Lillian Lilo John of Larissus, Agatha Maboy Samuel of Auger. Children of deceased uncle Henry Henri John of Larissus, Edward Collymore, including Thomas Johnson Elliott of Larissus. Close friends Stephen Chicken Lawrence and family of Cantonment, Roy Calix and family of Grace, Alexander Zando Anatole of Grace, Dr. Vicky John Joseph and Tyson Joseph of PI, Mr. Romelius Alexander and Mrs. Janesta Alexander of Cantonment, Mr. Winsbert Placid and Mrs. Frederica Placid of St. Jude's Highway, Dorothy Flavia and family, Rick Isaac and the crew, Celia Lamb Cox of Auger, Patrick, Moise, Monatuka, Theodosia and Rachel, all of Martinique, James Kuhlman and family of Auger. Taxi driver friends, TX764 Peter, TX480 Steele, TX4 Felix, TX801 Philip, TX573 François, TX459 Charlery, the members of the Southern Taxi Association. Also left to mourn the Collymore family of Grace, Villefort and Labrie, the John family of Larissus, the Martha family of Larissus, the Sangonu family of Larissus and Grace, the Maxwell family of Villefort and the U.S., the King family of Pero and Villefort, the Gabriel family of Villefort, the Isidore family of Grace, the George family of Londonderry Saltibus, the Moses family of Saltibus, including Christian, Emilton, Anthea, and Euless,
The Francis family of Jetwin,
family of the deceased Ancilia Charles of Grace, Charles St. Amy and family of Grace, Dr. Francine Boston of St. Jude Hospital, Dr. Sherwin James of St. Jude Hospital, Nurse Nesta Faisal of St. Jude Hospital, Johnny, canteen operator at Southern Taxi, Touch of Fire of Londonderry, Sayers Hi-Fi, Father Albert of the Babonneau Parish, the former co-workers of Bravo Caribbean Limited, including Virgilia Emma, Teresa Soar, Jeanette Jean-Pierre, and Barbara Ramin, all his country and western friends and girlfriends, many other friends and relatives, both here and abroad.
the funeral service of the late Louis Collymore, better known as Be Back or T. Lewis, will be held at Our Lady of the Assumption Church, Villefort, on Friday, 14th April 2013 at 3 p.m., and the body will be laid to rest at the Margaret O'Brien Private Cemetery. The body now lies at Lazarus Funeral Home, New York Road, Villefort. You will live on in our hearts forever. Please note, a bus from Southern Taxi will be at the Grace 4 Road from 2 p.m. to transport persons to the funeral service, cemetery, and back. The funeral service will be streamed live via 911 Facebook and YouTube platforms.